Going to be making up a potato salad today. Now this potato salad's not going to use any mayonnaise. What we're going to use is a vinaigrette. Really delicious, simple to put together, wonderful, hot or cold. So to make this potato salad, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got 1 kilogram of potatoes. If you're going out to buy potatoes for making this salad, go and get yourself new potatoes. They're really good, and you know, you can usually buy those fairly easy. Now these aren't new potatoes, but they are very nice. Now when you get your potatoes, if you're able to pick them out yourself, try and get them all a smallish size and about the same size, so you know they look really nice. These ones come in a bag, so I didn't have a lot of choice, so the bigger ones I'll just chop those down a little bit. Now I'm going to boil these potatoes for about 25 minutes, and I'm going to add 2 or 3 sprigs of fresh mint in with the potatoes, just to give the potatoes a little bit of a mintiness. So rather than adding the mint at the end, I'm going to add it with the potatoes and boil them up. Now once you've got your potatoes all drained off, ready to go, then we're going to just tip over a nice vinaigrette. Now to make the vinaigrette, we're going to use some extra virgin olive oil. Now I've got 4 tablespoons, that's the bigger spoon, of extra virgin olive oil. Then we've got some salt. Now I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I've got coarse sea salt. You could use rock salt, or you could just use normal salt if you haven't got that. A good sprinkling of ground black pepper, freshly ground black pepper. Mustard. Now I've got whole grain mustard here. I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoons, so that's the smaller spoon, like the one for your cup of tea. So 1.5 teaspoons of whole grain mustard. Now I'm going to use 1 lemon. I'm going to use all the juice of that 1 lemon, plus on the outside I've actually zested all this sort of yellow sort of peel, the outside sort of skin. Only sort of, you know, zest the yellow bit, because if you go through to the white, it starts to get bitter. So, you know, a little bit, but you don't need a lot. Just give it a wonderful lemony flavour. I've got 1 clove of garlic. Now, you're going to need to crush that, add the salt, and then all the ingredients for the vinaigrette, and it's all done. So it's nice and simple. Now, once we've got the vinaigrette and we've poured it over the potatoes, I'm just going to sort of finish it off with some fresh chives chopped up and some sliced up spring onion. Add it all in, give it a mix, and you've got a wonderful potato salad, which you can serve warm or you can serve it cold. So now we've gone through the ingredients for making this potato salad. I'm going to go over to the hob, get myself a pan of boiling salty water, and then we're going to add the potatoes in and the mint and boil them up for about 25 minutes or until they're really nice and tender. So we're going to get on with boiling these potatoes. Now in the end, the bigger ones, I did actually chop them in half because I want to kind of get them all roughly the same size so they cook nice and evenly. Now I'm going to put some boiling water in this pan, straight from the kettle, just kind of speed it up a little bit really. I'm also going to add some salt. Now let's just switch this on. Just to kind of, you know, get it boiling. Now I'm going to add my potatoes. Now obviously with the potatoes, if you find there's any that have got bad little bits, you'd always trim those off. So let's just put them in there in the pot. And just going to put the mint in there, put a lid on it, make sure it doesn't overboil. What I would say is check it about 20 minutes time, you know, if it's 25 minutes, until they're nice and tender. You stick a knife in and they just fall off the knife. So leave that cooking away 20-25 minutes. So now we've got the potatoes boiling away, going to leave those and we're going to make up this vinaigrette. So to make up this vinaigrette, the first thing I'm going to do is to crush the garlic cloves. So I'm just going to peel that and we're going to crush that up. Just pop that in there like that. So I'm just going to sort of start off by giving it a bash. Now I'm just going to add my salt. I did say a teaspoon, so that's what I've got there. A teaspoon of fairly coarse salt if you've got it. Now I'm just going to sort of really bash those together, grind them down, the garlic and the salt, and almost try and make a bit of a paste. So I'll just carry on doing this. Now I don't know if you can see, I've just made mine into a bit of a paste, so that's all nicely crushed down. Now I'm just going to start adding the rest of the ingredients. So let's get the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Now I'm actually going to use 4 tablespoons of that, so that's the bigger spoon. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to just grind some freshly ground black pepper. Then we've got the whole grain mustard. Now, this one, it's slightly cool, so you get a bit of texture. Now I'm going to use 1.5. So there's 1 teaspoon, that's the small one, used for your cups of tea, and half. So 1.5 teaspoons of that. Then we've got the lemon. Now, if you've got pips in there, it's worth just doing it through your fingers, just to hold the pips back. But you're probably looking at about 3 or 4 tablespoons of lemon. So put the juice of 1 lemon in, see how you go. If you need to add a bit more, you can. So I'll just do that with the other half as well. So I've done that one, do the other one. Now the only thing we've got left is that lemon zest. So let's just put that in. Oh yeah. And just give that a bit of a mix. Try and mix it all well with that garlic paste. I'm going to leave all mine in this pot and I'm just going to pour it straight out of this pot. Keep it nice and simple. So I think I'll get a little spoon and just scrape round the edges just to make sure I've got all that garlic paste from the edge of the pot. I think I'll use a plastic spoon, won't be quite as noisy as a metal one. Just kind of scrape that, get that garlic paste all in the mixture. And that's ready to go now, that vinaigrette. So it's as simple as that really. Now if you want to taste it at this point, you can have a quick taste, see how it is. Oh, that's going to be lovely. Lovely freshness from the lemon. You can taste the extra virgin olive oil. Lovely and garlicky as well. That's going to be wonderful on that potato. So wait for your potatoes. Once they're tender, we just drain them off and pour this dressing over the top, and then we add some freshly chopped up chives and spring onion. So go and check on your potatoes. So I've had my potatoes boiling away in the end for about half an hour. I did check them at 20 minutes and they weren't quite done. Now if we just stick a knife in, they just about fall off there, so these are just about done. I mean, what you find is when you stick a knife in, if they don't come off, it means not that tender and you need to cook a little bit longer. So these ones are done. I'm going to take them over the sink and I'm going to drain them off in a colander. So I'm just going to switch that off. So I've come over to the sink, just going to get my colander and just pour those in there. That's it. So we're just going to leave the potatoes there for a few minutes to drain off. Now, once they've dried off slightly, got all the water off, then we're going to tip them in a bowl, add vinaigrette and a little bit of spring onion and chives, and then you've got your salad ready to go. So I've drained off the potatoes. Now I'm just going to pour those into the bowl. I'll take those odd bits of mint away. Doesn't matter if you've got a little bit. And I'm just going to add this vinaigrette. I'm just going to pour that over really quite liberally. Then we can give it a quick stir up, then you can add a bit more. Oh, yeah. Now I'm also going to add some of these chives, chopped up chives, and a bit of spring onion, grab a bit of that. I mean, obviously you can put as much spring onion as you like in your one, but I'm just going to carefully give this all a turn over, try and get it all coated. Now obviously you don't need to season this because we've got some of that in the vinaigrette already, the salt and pepper, so it should be ready to eat. Oh, it's smelling good. I'm looking forward to tasting a bit of this with the potato. Now let's leave that like that. And again, just going to get that last bits over the top. Put a bit inside that one, look. Oh yeah. Lovely. Now, let's put a bit more spring onion. I like spring onion, but not everybody does. Also, I'm going to put some of these chives on top. Again, just going to give it a very gentle stir. And then we're ready to try some of this. There you go. I think I'll leave it like that. Let's move that out of the way. So we've got the potatoes, they've all been mixed up with that really delicious vinaigrette, and we put the chives and the spring onion. Just give it a good mix and that's ready to try. So exactly what I'm going to do. Let's just try a little bit of that. Ooh. Hot. That is really hot, but oh, that is delicious. I'm just going to have to try another one. That was so good. Let me try it. Nicely balanced, and that will go well with any meat or a really fresh salad. So give it a go, nice and simple. Just mix it all up and it's ready to serve up. Thanks for watching my videos. See you on the next one. The Original Naked Chef.